Okay, hello, welcome to summum Aeterna. Now, we are 5 hours into the game because this is hashtag ads. I need to mention, we did get sponsored to play this, but it's a fun game, so you know, I would check it out anyway. We got paid all of £4, but you know, it's a small dev, they didn't have a lot of money, and you know, I would check out the game regardless, so. But yeah, we're 5 hours into the game because, you know, it's 5 hours. But I play more than that. Okay, so we'll explain a bit. Hey you, yes you, big guy, don't ignore me. I know you're hearing me. Come here, I'm not gonna hurt you. Where did you come from? You look like some kind of dust puppet. What's that? You've never seen a dummy before? Oh, and you could also be sarcastic. This town never ceases to amaze me. I can be sarcastic and assume many other personalities. My former master and I used to have a lot of interesting discussions. I'm a man of few words. I'd rather let my fist do talking. And you came to the right place. Why don't you test your weapons on me for a bit? Do you want me to test my entire arsenal on you? Are you into weird stuff or something? Exactly. This time since the last time someone took out their anger on me. Why don't you hear me up for a bit? Hey! This conversation is getting a bit, if you know what I mean. So what? I'm a dummy. There's no one hits me, I'll get balls. And you seem to hit hard. You can test with me all the weapons you want. As long as you unlock them first. Testing my weapons against a lifeless being that has developed self-awareness? Don't be a coward. I'm nailed to the ground. I couldn't do anything to it, yeah? Yeah, as I was trying to say, we're 5 hours in because he's caused my stream to crash, and we had a issue that I had to do like the 5 hours in a very small time frame, and why went it? There we go. That's changed, and that caused me some issues. Oh yeah, but we've got a variety of attacks, and I thought I set up everything correctly. This guy really likes being smacked up. It's actually okay. He's regaining health, but we can see the DPS that we do to him to see, you know, which weapon was the best, I guess. And then we've got special attacks and things. But yeah, I was not healing. Oh, was it? It was the curse. Oh, you're still here. Yeah, sorry. I'm talking. I'm doing my intro, explaining why. I thought I was talking to myself for 5 hours straight and no one told me that things didn't work. Okay, now you can find Trees of Eternity. I think I'll save that. Yeah, I was talking to myself for 5 hours, didn't realise the things, right? So these seeds give different things, and you can see like the structural genes are the good things, then there's the lethal genes, which are the bad things. I decided I wanted to save up, right? Fusion machine for a more powerful one, right? So I don't know why it's not letting me mutate. Let's just click mutate. So that uses up some of the things. But I want to save up and combine them. But it's not letting me combine them. Because I was combining them into more powerful ones before. But I forget how the heck I do that. I forget how I do that. So we're just going to stick with the low ones. Right? The higher the level, the better. And the rarer, the better. So let's start with the lowest that we got. We'll combine them all up into something really powerful and legendary. Because maybe something special will happen when they do that. But yeah, I was giving everything voice. I was talking to myself for 5 hours straight. Did not realise that things were not putting my voice across on the microphone because, you know, last minute setup and then the noise gate wasn't set up, everything right. I didn't realise there was even a noise gate on the PC, and you know, but hey. We're going to go with the scythe on this one. And yeah, it's a fun and interesting platform. Obviously, there are similarities to a lot of other platformers. I think they wanted to mention Hollow Knight. But yeah, I I appreciate it's its own sort of thing. It reminds me of a lot of the platformers that we've played as well. Like, there was that other roguelike one, which I forget the name of right now because it's 8 AM on a Sunday because it's the only time that's like really, really cold enough on this heat wave. I need to remember how to dash. That would be important. That's dash. Okay. Because otherwise we might die. I'm surprised I could just hide in that corner. Okay, and then we've got a big person here who gives us choice. Pyromancer, these are gems that go on our thing. Increases 25% of your damage when at full health. Or 10% more damage on burning enemies. They're not great. I'm going to recycle them for some stuff. I wonder if you could abuse that. They seem to stay there for a bit after the recycle. And then we mark enemies with hitting them with this weapon, which is a special thing. And it gives them a think, and then we can trigger that with the explosion. So each weapon also has its own like specials. And some of these rooms have challenges like don't get hit as well, which is a trope to things like Rogue Legends and other sort of platformers, which again, you know, you will notice a lot of similarities in a lot of these platformers. But this one is about death, and he is running around killing things and gathering their souls. And I forget if we can reflect weapons bullets back at enemies. Maybe some weapons could. Okay, these things are the most annoying ones. Yeah, I don't think we can. Obviously, there's a bit of time between where we streamed because I moved house and heat waves and things, and which is why we were up at 8 AM to try and get some gameplay in, because heat waves make things impossible to stream because my PC crashed. But yeah, it's a cold enough morning to stream right now. Okay. Damn it. Okay, at least we can get him in the wall. And like I say, you know, we mark all the enemies with that, and it can do additional things like lifesteal and all sorts of other things, but we're not really doing that. So yeah, I completely forget all of the stuff that I said during the... Yeah, I think we killed everything that was marked. I hoped we'd marked the bald boy, but I was wrong. I forget everything that I said during the 5 hours, because I said a lot of entertaining stuff, and then that's food that sometimes drops off my memory. And there was a lot of information that maybe I was meant to portray and say and suggest, but I forget. So, you know, whilst I want to complete this anyway, I'm going to owe another 5 hours of saying it's hashtag ads, because, you know, even though there are 5 hours without me talking, because, you know, how I've messed up, and without webcam even, and then there are more traps and all sorts, and then all the different floors. That would be stupid to just sit there and take that whilst you're throwing that at me. All sorts of other floors, and then there's bosses, which we got to the boss, and we did actually okay at, well, the first boss. It's not like we've just got to the final boss of the game first go or anything. No, it's actually a very challenging game, and I nearly still ended up in it. My god, I was playing so much better, but it is 8 AM. So much better last time. And enemies stay permanently dead. I think it's because he lunges forward when we do the attack in the air, and he just, you know, the extra bit of a forward motion was a bit too much. Okay, the mark doesn't last forever. The Zuckerberg has run out. And then we meet Death, who cheats on all the wheels. Hi, Death. You become a cultural icon lately, your deafness.
You is inevitable. If you're alive, sooner or later you end up beating me.
I mean, your influence on popular music.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, that group of bards who wear black clothes and sing using guttural voices. Goths. All their songs talk about your exploits, your death, and it's a tribute to you.
Oh, I had no idea. I'd like to pay a visit and thank him for that.
They're called Necroniclers. Really? And they're very popular among young folks. Necroniclers. Their shows are peculiar. If you go to one, be prepared for the bit.
What is the bit?
You'll know when the time comes. Okay. Are you gonna cheat me? Once we've had it not be the cheats. Yeah, you see, he sneakily shoves his hand and clicks it, and it's like, you get the jinx. You take 2% damage when dashing, increases 3% to your crit chance, opens one chest. Open one chest. So the thing at the bottom is how you negate the curse. All we have to do is open a chest. But until then, we can't really dash. Annoyingly, this chest requires a dash. Leaving this room requires maybe a dash. Kill an enemy, you run 5% faster for 3 seconds. Regain health on hit, increases damage taken by double. For each enemy defeated without taking damage, that's much better. Okay, and obviously we have 2 slots on our weapon, so we'll go into one of those. Obviously this is our base weapon. Okay, so you see the big sign above our head says the jinx still exists. We can teleport out of here, I believe. But only to special rooms. Thankfully, we've found a number of them. And the star room. So that gets us out of there without needing to dash. These icons that look like fires are just open chests. Or, you know, failed broken chests as well. That's the problem. Fuck my life. I saw the food. And I'd already popped at that point. Okay, but we got some health back because we defeated some of them without taking damage. And, you know, the rolling isn't dashing, right? So this is the exit to the level. But we don't want to actually exit. I'm just opening it. But we don't want to exit yet. We want to teleport. We want to find a chest that we don't have to dash to open. I realise I left a lot of enemies up there, and the enemies are worth killing for all of the upgrade stuff and for health. But I don't know if I can bother to go back to get them. You know, we've explored. I ran past them thinking we would get a chest. Okay, there's a chest in this room. Okay, now we can dash. And now we also get like 3% healing or 3 HP from each enemy we kill because of the gem that we grabbed. So dashing is important. Okay, he also takes damage over time with the scythe, which is worth noting because, you know, obviously we did choose it even though it has less damage, but, you know, some scythes have advantages. Obviously the shop, if we find it. Okay, and the map reveals itself once you've completed a certain amount of the world. You know, once there's only a little left. That guy is annoying. A lot of the enemies can be quite annoying because they turn on a dime. So you think you're dashing to get out of the way of their attack, but no. They'll turn on a dime and hit you, so you need to be very wary of that. You can't go, oh, they look like they're going to go and attack. No, they turn around like bright eyes, and they know exactly where you go. Especially that guy with the throwing axes. Like, he will throw at you no matter where you land. And get you, oh, ramen. And there's no escape. So you have to wait for them to do the attack, then dodge it, not dodge into it. I'm going to go into the top room because there's another room above that. And again, you know, killing them without getting hit may be worth it for the health regen, but if you get hit, obviously not. But we're not going to go back for all the enemies still, regardless. Okay, this is another side. It increases your damage by 10% for each cursed enemy. Okay. Curse is the target, which is what all sides do. So the more enemies be hit with it, the stronger the attack is. It's the same attack at the moment, but because it's cursed, that's better. Yours make critical hits to enemies below 25% health. Always critting could be useful, because some things like have damage on crit sort of things. But I'm just going to take the money. So we've got 9,900. Well, we've got a lot more. More money than we could ever use in a run, potentially. Potentially. Okay, so that's a path. That's a different path. Now I want to go explore. Pop everything before they all lose their stuff. Okay. This is why we explore. And increases 10% of your curse damage to an enemy for each poison ailment. Is this poisons as well as cursing? Poisoning them could be good. Increases 5% of your attack speed when executing it. Doubles the boost for 5 seconds for each enemy killed. I think we should save our money for the next floor though, because there'll be stronger enemies. Pop. He didn't die. Okay. That's all I wanted to know, you know, if we popped him because he was still alive. The jumpy guy can be an issue. I just wanted to execute them. That's not a secret floor. Okay, so that is... We missed this chest because we never went back for it because of what happened. So we could buy infinite gems from the shop, but obviously the one room was like a choice one. Some of these are not the easiest to get into. That's for certain. But they're kind of worth it. And then we've got another thing on the side, which is... I forget what that is. It's a thing that levels up. It's probably just... That's a star room. Probably just our level. It's not anything. Okay, so we've got one more floor and then we've got the boss. But we want to get the stronger weapon from the next floor because they obviously scale up depending on which floor you are. The further you're in, the better the weapons. But also the enemies are going to be harder on this floor. So, you know, not having an upgraded weapon makes it harder until we can find the weapon. They did a good job of making everything look very different on the floors. And then there are puzzly sorts of things. And, like, the enemies are all very different. So, you know, it's not just exactly the same enemies. That one explodes when it gets near you. So, it's either near you or near death. I forget which. That thing runs at you and turns into a tornado. That's a big room. And then there are, like, puzzly jumpy rooms in this floor as well, which is the problem. Obviously, this enemy is exactly the same, but it takes more to kill. Okay, two of these together is a little bit of an issue. We're still regenerating our health nicely, and then there are smaller versions of the big guy. And they come together in greater numbers as well, often as well on this floor, so it's a big issue to watch out for. Okay, that's a lot of people. I wasn't this defensive when I played during the actual 5 hours we were scheduled to play at the launch. Okay, so he definitely explodes when he dies. That's what it is. He explodes when he dies, but he may also explode when he goes. I'm not sure. That's a rotating platform that you can only land on the one side because the glowy bits are death. So you have to time the puzzles. Weapon. Okay, we're going to take a weapon on this sword because they're bigger and better. Every 5 hits, the next one is critical. And we got a boss coming. Every increased 10% chance on enemies with status ailments. Okay, this one only poisons them. It doesn't curse them because it's not a thing. It's an enemy with shock, a nearby target. 50% of the initial damage. Okay. So whilst it's less, the golden number is crit, obviously. Every 5 hits that crits. That's good for the boss. It says a nearby targets. This one is rare, this one is just common. So we're going to take the one with more damage. I think it's smartest. Okay, and then we can exchange one of the gems. So, you know, you don't lose all of your gems. You can take one gem off of your previous sword with it. And that is useful. Okay, there's a treasure chest in here that I want. Right, so now we're on swords. So we have to bear that in mind. And that gives us different attacks. Because this sword has different powers. The swords, we throw an axe and we can either bring it back or we can teleport to it depending on what we press. So pressing the right keys is also, it has less reach. It's very important. Okay, I can demonstrate that with that. You have to be in the radius apparently to teleport to it. And then we don't need to stay in the room. We don't need to go back out the way that could potentially hurt us. We can just teleport out smartly. Okay, I pressed that in the wrong order. This is a path. Okay. Branching paths. And you can also do damage with the axe as well, so it's not just a teleport, it's actually an offensive weapon. 5% healing is now up. I don't know if that's because our damage is up or if it's just because we've got more health. It'd be a combination of both. And obviously we gather upgrade materials as we go through the game as well for using in the overworld, which you saw at the beginning. To do with the vendors that give us new weapons to unlock, which, you know, we don't get more weapons than the ones that we've unlocked. Okay, hitting an enemy with shock for 60% of the initial damage, repeats twice, 5% crit chance, increases 100% damage dealt and take 4 times damage. No, that's not good. But we were interested in this on the other weapon, but we've got it on the stronger weapon, which is what I kind of had a feeling we might be able to do. I was like, maybe we can just find that on a different weapon, and then that's really good. I don't know if it affects the same thing as well, which is why I didn't want to just take the lower damage thing, because lower damage when the next floor is a boss isn't going to be good. But now that we've got an increased damage and we can just find a gem with the same thing in its own right, we have the best of both weapons now. And, you know, doing extra damage to other enemies is just huge. Okay, I'm going to climb from the bottom the way that it seems to be intended. Just explore all of the rooms. I know we don't need to. Again, enemies turn on a dime, so even if you trick them and teleport behind them with that, they will still shoot and face your direction. Wow. I fucked that up pretty bad. And then these things, they will be faster depending on how powerful the chest is. So if the chest's a really good chest, the trap will be even faster than that. So that's also a good sign of whether it's worth going to the traps. Okay, let's go in from above. Just rooms there. And then bringing back the axe halfway through its animation rather than letting it go off the screen is also a handy skill to use at times. Just to get the more damage. Okay, so we could have recovered 0.9% on here, but again, that's like lower attack. Better curse. You can always make critical hits on enemies below 32% health. Reach enemy you kill without taking damage. Ooh, increases your damage. Is that permanent? Because if that was permanent, that could scale very big. That could be a very big sword. Which makes it very interesting. I don't know if it's permanent or if it's just like, you know, whilst you've got like a combo. But if that's permanent, that sword could be overpowered. Because you just keep getting more and more and more damage. Then we got these keys, which we have to find 4 of them to unlock the exit to this floor. So, you know, you can't just leave every floor. You have to do some things. And in this one in particular, it's hunt down all the keys in these big floors. This floor is a lot bigger than the first one, as you might have guessed. Okay, the big lightning bolt that you see going off is the additional chain damage that we're doing to a nearby enemy. I might as well finish this guy whilst he's damaged. There's a treasure chest up there, right? Let's go. There's not a treasure chest. That was... No, it is the treasure chest, right. So the other room is another room. This one is just for treasure. Throwing that can cause problems. Okay, so now that we don't need that, that's going to sit on the floor, but it will expire eventually, but leaving the room also makes it expire, so you can't just like go, oh, I will leave the health, because we need it later perhaps. No, it's just gone. Okay, Death, what are you going to do to cheat me this time? And if we need another chest and we can't find one, there's plenty of room. There should be. He always cheats. Kill 15 enemies. Okay. 30% extra dogmas. You die in a single hit. Thanks, Death. Actually, the worst curse. Because now we need to kill a lot of enemies without taking any damage at all. So now we're going to be a little extra careful. Because 12 more enemies start taking any damage whatsoever on very dangerous floors. It's a problem, but we can do it. I mean, the long range axe helps. Now, if we don't have enough enemies and we get to the boss... Thankfully, this guy can't travel through floors. If we get to the boss, we have to no-hit the boss, which is not really going to be ideal. 8 more enemies. We can do this. Copium. Recover health for hitting them. Increases your curse damage to an enemy. Every 6 hits, the next one is a critical. Well, that's not as good as the one that we've already got, so... That's a different room, no exit to it. Thankfully, these ones don't turn on a dime. Because if they did, I don't know what they'll do. They will kill me. Poison enemies, 1% to your damage over 10 seconds, or 10% extra damage. I think we got to take that. That's an extra 34 to 38 extra damage. Which is good. Good damage. Okay, so... Oh. Some of these rooms are keys, which will mean that there's nothing in them. That's the next... Oh, of course, that's the exit as well. running out of rooms to kill enemies, which means I might have to kill these annoying ones. Right, so we need to kill 6 enemies. Okay, this is fine. I have to be very careful not to accidentally press X, right? Also, I saw the death trap on the floor and I was like, don't accidentally jump onto a death trap as well. Because one of these might have been a bait, you know, one has a treasure chest and the other one has a death trap. No, there's a room at least leaving. Okay, so 2 more enemies to kill. And we're running out of rooms. So wait, there's a question mark. Yep, death. Yep. That is death. That's not even going to take us to that question mark room. Right, okay, I'm going to this one, which has to be a key. Because the other one was horrible looking. Okay. Are there... There are enemies. Okay, one that if we touch it, literally just murders us. Because we die in one hit. Thanks for the health. Right, so all we need to do now is kill 1 enemy in a very horrific room. Is there really nowhere else? I might have left some enemies somewhere, right? So there's the one axe guy in the room that's full of fire and has a treasure chest. Let's go. Okay, we live. That was very concerning. Okay, so now it might be worth going to get that thing. That's just the background. But I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Right, let's teleport. Let's get away from here. To the boss. We've got a lot of money. I don't think there was any gems or anything in shops and things. So we're just going to try and kill the boss. I can't guarantee that we will. But we'll try. We will try. But yeah, thank you to someone Aeterna for the key and for the sponsorship. It was very much appreciated. Obviously, you should go check it out. It's a fun and interesting game. Okay, let's go. To the boss. What is this? What is this? We didn't have to do a puzzle to start the boss before. Hi. Tantalus. Insane. I should have dodged through that. What are you doing? Spirit bomb. Ouch. Okay, it wasn't given much of a tell of that. Okay, because we were breaking some of his things off, I thought maybe we were... Hello? Where's your hitbox? I'm sorry, but where's his hitbox gone? This is dirty. That was dirty. His hitbox completely vanished. He was no longer taking damage. Okay, and then you get rewards based on how much stuff you get, which gives you a better reward box at the end. You just stop taking damage. And, you know, I couldn't figure out where to actually attack him. So we get some seeds and some upgrade stuff. So we've got a world seed, we've got some onions. Or garlic, I don't know what those things are. And a world seed. We only got one world seed out of it. I'll see if we can get multiple. We can start combining them, unless we can't combine them anymore because, I don't know, I couldn't see how to fuse them anymore. And then obviously every time you die, you come back here. That stuff you use to upgrade these. Obviously, we need to spend in total the 5,000 to upgrade the next level. Okay, some defense wouldn't hurt. And then we've only got 100 left, so we can't spend anything else. Then we got only 3 gold, and we need 4 to do that. 3 is how many we got, and then, you know, 4 to get that, and then that takes 1,000 of those to get pistols, and we don't have that. And then there's a shield as well, you can see on the blueprints, but we're not using that. And then there's another thing here, which is these, and we can get the Forever Nature Trees of Eternity, and that allows us to also unlock the next level, which gives us even more things. Adamite ingots, then the final level reward 17. Okay. Increases your luck and increases dogmas when recycling. Dogmas is the gold, but obviously, you know, every run is fresh. Fusion machine. Genetic modifier. Fusion. Okay, so is this how we fuse? Okay, this is how we fuse. I accidentally went into the genetic modifier. So this is how we select 2. There's different types of seeds. Okay, so we've got these oniony ones, which is a different kind of seed that I've never seen before. So, obviously you can add multiple altogether, not just one, but they have to be the same rarity. Takes 3 to fuse now, does it? That's interesting. I thought it always took 2, but... Okay, well, I'm going to take that out, and we're going to fuse the 10, the 12, and the 10, and I think that would be smart. And then we'll start the fusion, and that gives us a level 10 slightly better one. And then we can fuse 3 of those, which makes the blue, and then we'll fuse the 3 of those, which will give us purple. Obviously it's a bit lower level, but, you know, what can you do when you're limited in choices? Then we'll go into the common one, which is a different location. Hana's Kazi village. It's a different location to start. That's why. And I've never been in that location because I've never seen it. But that's in the Citadel because most of the stuff that we've had in the Citadel. We're trying to make it into like a legendary one because he was like, something special happens when you get a legendary one. And hopefully we haven't just screwed ourselves out of that by combining them all. So we need to now make more epic. Apparently 3 of them. 2. It may have always been 3, and I may have just been misremembering. Because I thought it needed 2 to combine. To make a better one. But, you know, 3 is good enough. Perhaps 2 is a bit, you know, too strong. And then we're trying to make it into a legendary one. Just to see, because apparently there's some sort of special thing. A special world that you might go to if you get a legendary one. The goblin was saying. But I don't know what he's talking about. We're just death. Don't stop moving if you want to survive. Standing still means humiliation and defeat. And we did just die. Let's start with the swords. Okay, so this looks like our village. With... We're in the real world. We're in the overworld. Okay, with the cherry blossoms falling. Stronger first world enemies. Okay. So that's a world 2 enemy in world 1. This is the new guy. He's got a lot of health. Okay, health that we don't need because I didn't take damage. An Oriental overworld. Hi, Monkey King. Sun Tzu? Is that correct? Is it Sun Tzu? But we're not going to take damage, even though we've got hardly any health. Because maybe that will kill us in one hit, and we don't want to do that. I can figure that out. Did we kill the big guy, or is that just such a big platform? I'll come back to you. Health is up there, okay. I wasn't sure if we took damage then. I was like, do I need this health? The other health has expired. Because again, you know, you just can't leave it lying on the floor at all. Ouch. Your radius is big. At least he doesn't actually hit as hard as he looks like he will. He looks like he'll hit very hard. No, he doesn't hit as hard as that. Okay, we got the treasure. I saw the clouds appearing at us when we jumped, and I was like, hang on. Is there a monkey coming out of that? A monkey king? No, there is not. Oh, he must have knocked the guy. That guy was a legendary monkey king. Okay, so there's not another jump to get to something platform. That was just one room. Regain health on hit, but we take damage, or increases your attack speed. Well, I mean, we're not taking the other one, so we'll take this. Interesting that there are two types of cloud floaty guys. Oh yeah, we can also gumba stomp on things with the down slam. I can't believe I fucked that up so bad. I called in the weapon prematurely. Like, I threw it right next to him and was like, come back, weapon! They might be less annoying than the agile... I take that back. His bullets DC. I was going to say they might be less annoying than the actual normal first level flying equivalent. Can't believe I took that damage. But yeah, you can bounce perpetually off the heads with the bouncy attack. No, his weapon bullets don't just go to one place. They track and follow you. They do a good job of hiding these platforming gimmicks, which in, you know, in difficult places. They do a good job of that. And you can get interrupts, so, you know, against these chests, that's not the easiest to get. The purple, as we level up, obviously, you saw increases our world thing. We've got a down slam as well. And then we got the tree, which we just unlocked. And that gives us more options. Like, we were occasionally finding a tree with just one option, but this one gives us multiple. But you can buy from it, which is different. Okay, so there's recover 35% of your health. You can keep it. Has no healing properties, but increase your max health until you are defeated. Or 45% health until it's consumed. I'm going to increase the max health. We'll find other ways of healing. Thank you, fruit tree. Infrequent fruit tree. Okay, sneaking up on enemies. Yeah, see, other ways of healing. Fuck. Oh, just split attacks. It's not like that was heat seeking. I just was very, very unfortunate that the split attack bounced back in my exact direction. That one sort of seeks. Okay, that guy jumps to exactly where you are, so he can either jump very small or he can have a humongous jump. Okay, we got a hit trigger on one of those at least. Ants on the goblins' heads. Easy. Thankfully, we get interrupts with that. That's a better treasure chest. So we're gonna go get that. You can see the difference. It's bigger, it's shinier. Who knows what it's got inside? Okay, apparently if we throw that off the screen, it comes back automatically, so we don't have to worry about it going off the screen. No, wait. There we go. Just had to think about that logically for a moment. So that one we might have struggled with the scythe, but because we got the teleporting axe that goes with the swords, we didn't have to take damage on the spikes to get that. But it was a harder treasure chest, so it, you know, had a harder trap. But, you know, it's only things. Every 7 hits, the next one's a crit, but we take, or we do less damage, or increases 15% crit chance with enemies with poison status, and that does poison. 151 to 148, that's not a lot of less damage. Obviously, we'll exchange the gem. We'll take that. We're going to do more damage because the poison's just going to do the extra damage anyway, so. And then we increase damage to things with a status effect. And poison is a status effect. Green says they're poison. Oh my god, we're taking the world's dumbest damage now. Again, that guy teleports exactly where you are, and apparently we don't have our actual sword on us whilst we've thrown it away. So we can't actually just, you know, attack. It's not an axe we're throwing, it's the sword itself. Wow, your jump. He throws an axe, however. Okay, I thought we'd get the interrupt off. Apparently I was wrong. Okay, we've just taken a ridiculous amount of really stupid damage now. Okay, this floor is much bigger than the one that we were in. I wonder if now that we've... Wow. For a first floor, this is much bigger. I wonder if now that we've unlocked this, we will get more of these seeds from this particular biome. Or if they'll be the, you know, old one. Recover 25% health. Instantly consumed when plucked from the tree. Thank you. Because I've been taking some really stupid damage. I will take it. So that's just the ordinary one that you can find normally, occasionally. Not the shop one. Which I didn't know there was a shop one. A shop version of the tree, but apparently that's what we unlocked. It's interesting that there is a shop version of the tree. I wonder if we always get one or both now that we've unlocked that. That would be interesting to know. Okay, obviously we could do more damage to that guy whilst he is poisoned. Thankfully that guy can't jump up there. At that particular angle. I got out of there because he was preparing to jump and we were not going to hit and interrupt him, and I knew we would take damage if I didn't get out of there. I was being a bit smart about that. Okay. Interesting. We're getting a million trees. Maybe it's because of this biome. Maybe this particular biome because it's like a naturey sort of place. Has an increased likelihood of trees. So it seems a bit odd that there are quite so many trees. Okay, that axe went forever apparently. I recalled and I was like, where's my sword? Where's my sword? Where's my sword? So that's the thing about flying enemies as well, I guess. We can maybe fly off them perpetually. But we're not doing that. But as they go up and up in the air, we could maybe get to locations we wouldn't otherwise get to. Right, so there's the thing. I'm gonna carry on across the world and find the next teleport. There's a next teleport. Right, we're teleporting back to this just to go back to get to the chest easier. And let's not forget that that's there. I'm gonna sell it. I don't think we're gonna need that. I don't think we're gonna need that. Just an interesting place. Apparently the one counted as a treasure chest. They count as treasure chests, yes, okay. Poisons enemies for 2% of your damage. 20% chance to apply random status ailments. I do like the random status ailment. So I'm gonna take it. It's only 3,000. And, you know, we're doing a lot of random status ailments on top of poison as well. And I think we do extra damage to, it's not just poisons, it's anything with the status ailments. So all of the status ailments could be anything. Freeze, curse, burning, all sorts of things. Okay, that's why I didn't take the tree fruit, because I was like, enemies are going to drop heals. And you could use your teleport to get up to places you otherwise would have more difficult getting up. The trash chest wasn't up here, ironically. That's stupid. Okay, well we didn't have trouble getting up here. He's on fire. And you are dead. So it's like, if we could throw the axe, you know, we could maybe teleport over the gap. Right. Trying to dodge him at close range is stupid, because, you know, he just throws that everywhere. Master Sword. For each enemy you kill without taking damage increases 2% damage. To a maximum of 10 enemies. Okay, so it only caps out. Curse damage is reduced to 1, its cooldown is increased, but execute will kill enemies instantly and recover health on anything. 10% chance to kill enemies with a single kill. Is that on top of the execute? So not only does the execute instantly kill them, but the actual weapon itself has a 10% chance to instantly kill. That's pretty big. But we're not taking it. As tempting as it is, we're not taking it. We're going to wait till the next floor. Maybe we find something good there. You know, we will find a better weapon. We're going to have to upgrade our weapons, so, you know. We will be changing our weapon on the next floor. The Ascension Cage is the most biodiverse region in Aeterna. Is the Ascension Cage the legendary place once you've combined all of the seeds together to a legendary level? This is also a different level. Interesting. Which means we will also have a different first boss. Burn enemies. Icebreaker. 10% more damage to frozen enemies and poison them. These are all just common, not useful. But a lot of the enemies are the same. Like this ogre and that guy. Biodiversity means range of enemies, right? So does that mean the Ascension Cave has like literally every enemy in the game in one biome? I think that's what it's suggesting. Okay. Guy's interesting. But we've got his number. We know how to take care of him. This guy does the slash. But we can just bounce on his head as necessary. Okay, we really need a weapon upgrade. Speaking of, okay, we don't have the money. 15% crit chance to enemies with status ailments. That's the same as we've got, but better. 40% your curse damage. Okay, so that's 180. So that's 252. That's 228. 10% of your attack speed when executing it doubles the boost. So we need another 4,000. Enemies freeze 1 second when hitting you. We can get this. No problem. We'll come back for that room. Okay, we can hit the emoji out of its attack animation. That's interesting. And it pulls a sad face when we do that. I was like, hang on, he throws a wave attack and I'm in a very narrow corridor. How am I going to do that? I tried to dodge that. We got caught in an attack animation and it wouldn't let me out of it. I'll come back to you. Keys. Okay, so we still have to find the 4 keys. Nice of you to just come and walk into my attack without, you know, thinking things through. Okay, he's a different mage. Fuck me, I pressed it twice because I was mashing it. This is an explodey guy, so, you know, he's the problem we have to deal with. Okay, this is slow. Okay, we can deal with his nonsense a bit better. Oh! I thought we were in his attack radius. I was wrong. You're an exploding fella. Okay, there's treasure. Okay, I need you to die. Because you're just causing havoc. We took damage. Right, 13,000 so we can get the thing, and we're not there yet. We're not close. We're not close. How much? That's almost double damage. We'll get there. We will get there. That was a lot of really, really dumb damage. Okay, you're gonna charge this way. For a moment there, I thought I screwed that. Kind of want it. But at the same time, right, that's just 92 extra damage. Sent the attack the wrong way. No! Fuck, we didn't even get to the boss on that one. That was a lot harder path, as you might have guessed. I would have liked to have seen what boss we got. What was different? Okay, we got the Chaos level 10 at least, which is a slightly better treasure chest. What do we get? Multiple world seeds, hopefully. 3! Okay, and we've got the Hanum. Is that a legendary? Is that just a legendary being handed to us? So I all this time trying to combine into a legendary, we just get handed one from a common seed. From a common seed! We might have just been handed one. 300. Okay, so increases 5%. So increased crit damage could be interesting. Increase your running speed. I don't think running speed is that essential, but we'll take the crit. We didn't get any gold bars. The gold bars seem ultra rare. We got one of these, but everything costs more than one. It's a legendary Eclipse Hotel. Eclipse Citadel, sorry. I mean, that's just a legendary, a common, and we got a infrequent one of the Harun Okaze. Can't believe it's saying the epic's better than the legendary. Plus 1 Adamite ingot on level 15, so we have to get at least Chaos level 15 to get the Adamite ingot from that. Right, I'm gonna go back to the Harun Okaze in a slightly better form, and hopefully we do okay. But that's interesting. Do legendaries combine into some sort of ultra legendary? So, you know, I'm not going to use it. It did suggest that it would be a different place if you made a legendary. Maybe you have to make a legendary, combine a legendary to get something that's a completely different world. Because that said it was the same, or maybe it's just like a secret. If you go into a legendary, it's better. I don't know. But maybe if you combine legendary seeds, it makes something special. Maybe I'm just making things up, but that's what I got from the Goblin King when he suggested things. Runes can also be used to mutate the genes of any of the seeds you own. So alter any of its attributes except its rarity. So could that change its start location? Any of its attributes except the rarity. Suggests it could alter the start location. So maybe there's some sort of special star locations that you can get from altering things. Have I broke the game? Have I broke the game? It's taking a while to load in. Not used to this. Why is this suffering so much? Come on, game, you can do this. You can do it, I believe in you. Okay. Let's start with the scythe. So we can explode them and do things. We started with the sword last time. So yeah, we're gonna start with the scythe this time. I know we can't throw it, but maybe we don't need to throw things. Maybe we don't need to throw. Okay, you can't bounce on them with the scythe. You know, we only do that spinning attack. So we can no longer bounce on their heads. And we can no longer teleport to the weapon either. But we do damage over time. And other sorts of things. Okay, what's in the chest? Money. We'll keep an eye on the money. Okay, so whilst we're weak, the down slam is good though. Okay, that didn't heal a lot, considering. Healing streak, recover for things without taking them. Or we can do it in a different way. I think for each enemy defeated without taking damage is smarter. A true death scythe. It's actually reaping souls. So now we take a little bit of extra health when we kill them. As long as we don't get injured by them. I know it's doing less damage, but maybe it's just because everything was so much stronger on World 2. Wow. And you know what? When I was buying one of the gems earlier that was 3,000, I had a feeling. I was like, I bet this 3,000 is going to make all the difference. Okay, it's a good job I looked down, isn't it? Because it would have got us the weapon if I hadn't bought one of the stupid gems in World 1. And I did have a feeling, I was like, I bet this is going to screw us out of buying something. I was like, nah, we can afford it. But everything was actually a lot more expensive than I was expecting. Maybe just because it was better rarity. Everything was much better rarity, but everything was more expensive than I was expecting. Like, it'll be like 10,000. It was 14,000 for weapons. And there's like, yeah, no money. Cannot afford. Hashtag my life. Cannot afford. I need money. Hashtag every millennial ever. Especially when it comes to houses. Now we'll be able to afford a house. Okay. I mean, this is a nice weapon because it does more interrupts. So that's very handy. Especially when it comes to the big guys. Being able to interrupt them from their attacks. But that's another good thing at the side. I think it does way more interrupts. Or stagger damage. There's nothing else for us up there. We're not encountering the 600 trees that we... Can't believe none of those hit that. I'm smelling the chest down here for some reason. Because the chest is down here. Behind a spike trap. Not that hard one, but actually a nice chest. That's what she said. Yeah, interrupt damage is very, very effective. I'm unsure which path I would like to go. That was just dumb. That was just dumb. Oh. He thought he could get away. He was wrong. Everything pops. Everything pops. We're not getting the trees. 26 damage. Reduces the attack damage by 50%, but increases your curse damage. 13. No. Increases damage by 10%. Each enemy up to a maximum of 10. Or 15%. We're gonna 15,000 for a level for a World 1 sword. Is it the biome that's making everything more expensive? I wonder, it could be a tree seed modifier. Extra enemy health, and extra enemy damage, but not more expensive shops. We've got better fortune, which is also another thing that could have given more trees. you know, one of the things on the seed, because I did not remotely pay attention to what the seed modifiers were on that last run. So the extra tree of life things might have also been because of the world modifiers in the seeds. But that was easy enough to find. This one, however, a little more challenging. Thankfully we didn't die on it. Okay, you just pop. I can't believe some of those attacks missed that so bad. 30% more damage to burning enemies, but we're not setting anything on fire. And more damage to frozen enemies. Again, we aren't able to capitalize on that because we don't really do any of that. Obviously, the more stacks of the trigger that an enemy has on them means it pops and does even more damage. So that one has 3 stacks of the death damage, which does more DPS over time, but also I think it triggers so that he gets 3 times the amount of explosions when we do proc the thing. Hello, you need to die. Stop walking away. Can't believe you turn around like that. How dare you? But obviously, the more damage we've done to them, you know, they're already near death. We can't tell if it does more damage when popping it. Okay, I think we've finally found a tree. It's Death! Hello, Death. You're Deathness. What would happen if one day you disappeared from the face of creation?
Nothing. Sometimes even I take some holidays. I actually do a little work before.
That's not what I mean. I want to know what would happen if you disappeared, not for a week, but
Forever. Oh. Don't you remember? It was something catastrophic. Even the Supreme Chaos God himself was alarmed. Kind of.
doesn't ring a bell. Sounds like a lot of fun. It's hard to believe that my immortal mind could forget something like that.
Oh, excuse me. That was long before your mortal years, centuries before you were born, in fact.
You know me, I'm all ears.
You should lower your expectations, Your Highness. My absence was not due to curses or trips to other realities. It was the fault of a very particular drink. Wait.
The world almost went to hell because the Death got intoxicated.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but that's what happened. I drank from a bottle of seed essence and spent 3 months unconscious. It was catastrophic in terms of demographics and for the environment. If it didn't wake up earlier, this conversation would never happen.
People hate you. They can't live without you. No pun intended. But they would be living without you and not dead.
My work may not be very regarded, not to mention the salary, but it's crucial for the stability of creation.
Okay. You're gonna cheat me again, Death? Of course you are. Don't give me dies in one hit. You're not cheating me. You can't see HP, that's fine. Increases 10% of dog move finds, and all we have to do is open 1 chest to cancel out this curse. I don't need to see my HP. Execute increases your crit chance by 15%. Increases last 2 seconds for each enemy you kill. Bleeds and curses. And it's the same damage and we can take that over. Okay. Or retrieving your sword after you throw increases your damage by 50% for 2 seconds. And killing an enemy with increases restores health. Increases crit chance but does more damage. That increases that damage by 50%. I gotta take that one. I'm sorry. Right, let's take the gem over. They were both tempting. They're both very good swords, but we can just do a lot more damage. How long does it do 50% extra damage for? Is it just from 1 hit? That's worth knowing. How long do we do 50% extra damage for after we throw our swords. Okay, so we do like 50 damage like that. I don't know how long it lasts. If it's only for one hit, then it's not as worthwhile as I thought. Ramen? Can't see our health? Don't need to care. We took a hit. You kill everything. Just fine. I forgot to recall my sword since they're waiting for sword to come back to hit the enemy. Okay, well, we're full health. It's fine. I wonder if we still keep picking up health even if you're at full health. With that curse. That'd be interesting. Okay, I really thought that guy would die before that. I was mistaken. Another sword choice? Interesting. Increase your attack speed by 5%. Or increase 10% to your max damage. I mean, we've already took an upgrade. 2,600, 2,350. We're going to take the money. I thought that had 2 gems in it. But we're upgrading our sword on the next world. At the first opportunity for an even better one. Yeah, there's nothing else on this floor. But the money will come in handy. And now we can definitely afford it. Unlike the last run. So we got a better chance. You know, we need the stronger sword on the next world because the enemy's scaling damage and they already have 15% extra health and 25% extra damage. So there's going to be a lot of extra health and damage. So we need to be able to keep up with that. So we need better swords. Standing still means humiliation defeat. Don't stop moving if you want to survive. Okay. How long is it going to take to load in considering this world took forever on the first one? I think this seed's generation is complex. It takes a while with this particular seed for some reason. Okay, we're in. 96% health, that's not bad. The smiley thing. Again, everything turns on a dime. We could cheese him and... I forgot we've got the down slam now. We are not doing anywhere near enough damage. Okay, the 50% extra damage does keep going for a while after we use the throat, so... That's a giant room. I'll come back. So yeah, as long as we do that, the damage we do is actually pretty good. Just need to remember to throw our sword to do enough damage to enemies so they don't take like a million years to kill. It takes a million years to kill the enemy regardless. Oh my god. I dodged it and then dodged into it. That was terrible. What? Death? I know you're going to cheat me. And then, no, this is a terrible idea. %20 slower. Increased defense. Kill 10 minutes. That's fine. It's not instantly die in one hit. That's all that matters. I can be slow. It's very, very, very slow. I can be a little slow for now, and you know, we can deal with that. It's the slowest in all of creation. That guy's actually very, very fast in comparison to us. Okay. Not in the floor. Sun Wukong. Don't you dare. I messed that up so bad. That's embarrassing. Yeah, we would have been dead with the dives in one hit for certain. The degrees, like, I have to get the additional benefits. And once you meet death conditions, you keep the upgrades still, so you know, don't think that, oh, you've killed the enemies and then got rid of the thing. No, once we've killed the enemies, we keep the 10% extra defense without being slower. Okay. Don't forget to throw your axe so that we... Oh, I know you're like the last enemy that we need to kill. Okay, we're no longer slow. So we do the 50% extra damage, otherwise these enemies are going to take forever. 2 keys together. I'm blessed. Can we get 3? No. But we got the shop. Okay. 10% crit chance to enemies with status, and it does status. Recover health for each enemy that dies after being executed. Or for each enemy you kill without taking damage, increases the damage. I don't think we care about killing them with a crit. But 248. I mean, that's a venom sword. Yeah, that goes up to 20% extra damage, which would be an extra 40-ish. That's not terrible. 6%. I think we're going to go with this one. And then we'll do the recovered health without taking damage, because I think that's more likely than the crit. Ironically. I know there will be a free sword somewhere later, but we've got the money. Ironically, we don't do the 50% extra damage from the thing, but, you know, we don't need the 50% extra damage. If we just do more damage to begin with. So this is better. And it keeps us alive better. Enemies die much easier now. Gems. Healing, we've got 5% extra speed. 20% chance to apply a random status ailment. I like it. I like that we can sort of peek in the door as well. We just stand in the doorway and it's like, this is what's inside of this room. That guy turned when I didn't think he was going to turn. So, you know, we took a bit of dumb damage, but that's fine. We'll get that health back, copium. It's a trap room. He's very slow at starting that attack, isn't he? Okay. I wasn't sure if that thing did an area. Oh my god, you are. You're the worst enemy to sit in that treasure chest. The worst. In the worst place. Okay, we got some health out of it. Only because of the enemy, ironically, more than anything. Let's go teleport to the start room and go explore some of the other paths. Tree. It can be saved and consumed when necessary. So we don't need to heal right away. There's another path. That enemy was bouncing weird. I think I'll start down here. Okay. We've probably killed 10 enemies without taking damage now, so I think we've probably maximized the additional damage our sword does. But it's nice to have additional damage on the swords. Like, you know, it's way stronger now than like the 50% extra damage that the other thing was doing. Because 50% extra damage of 150 is only 70, and we've got way more than extra 70. 10% more damage to bleeding, 10% extra attack speed, increases the damage by 5%. And we're at 248. Increase 2% your damage. Does it not stay permanent? Is it only for a short amount of time or in the room? Ouch. Because that's not good if the sword... Because I know that we've killed more than enough enemies to have the extra damage. At this point. So we should have the 10% extra damage. But it doesn't seem to have actually added it on. Sun Wukong, stop that. Please. Yeah, I think I'll come back to that room. Okay, we don't have all the keys for that. Ouch. You know, this heal... looking tasty. Right about now. I know it getting 6 health back from each enemy kill, but that was a lot of damage. Also, that explosion still triggering off the screen is... You can see how the levels are made. Interesting. Yeah, I don't care that much about that treasure chest. I've decided. Get out the floor, emoji. Enemies turning on a dime is annoying with that enemy in particular. That's just an exit. Oh my god, the ceiling one of all things. Health, nice. Uh, 25% extra damage would take 100% extra, or just increase our damage. I'm gonna take the increased damage. That's why I didn't buy it in the shop. I was like, we can find another one that maybe we don't have to buy or will be better, so someone will upgrade that. I'm just gonna teleport over here. I'm not gonna deal with all of you enemies, I've decided. But I do want to go check out what is up there. Fluff that jump a bit. We can get up there. Hi. We can. We can get up there. Okay, we do want to kill all the extra enemies because we do get a little health regen, but only ones that we can, like, safely get. Like this guy. The emoji guy is actually a bit of a problem at times. And some of them might also drop food. So, you know, that's also useful. Didn't take damage. Oh, we couldn't exit anyway because we still need to find the key, so we did need to go this way. You always make a critical hit to enemies below 25% extra health and recover health. Right, 3,900. It's probably irrelevant because we're going to a boss before we can ever spend it. I imagine if it's the same formula as before. I've decided I don't need it. Okay. We are down on health, but I think we'll lose more health trying to go for that than we will gain. So let's go see and try whatever the boss for this path is, if there is one. Because I don't know. This will be the first time. It might just be another third floor. The King of Darkness was the mind. It's clearly a boss. Hi. It's a chat! He doesn't even say anything. Umehara.
The rumors are true. A powerful warrior has come to our village.
I'm sorry if you're introducing myself like that. I didn't think I needed an invitation. Also, what an introduction is like throwing off your vest and flexing your electric skills.
Everyone is welcome here if they can prove themselves in combat.
Well, I've made that clear with my visit to your village, don't you think so?
That's right. Your technique looks effective. But it's a diamond that needs polishing. That's what the Hayakaze is for.
I came here to defeat a so-called invincible warrior, not to take combat classes.
Each fight is a lesson in itself. You must show your warrior spirit by overcoming one last test.
Let me guess. Beating you.
Exactly. Your skills are extraordinary. I want to delve into them, and I want to share the Hayakaze with you, stranger.
You know what? I'm used to dealing with idiots with too much ego and a few brain cells. But you don't let yourself be carried away by frustration. Your way of understanding combat is something unique. It's been a long time since I felt respect for a rival.
That's what we teach here. But we've talked enough. Let the fists speak for themselves. Time to fight and learn from each other.
I don't know your moves at all. Okay, so it's like a fighting game sort of introduction. That's interesting. Hey, it's Ryu! It's literally Ryu. Fuck me, Ryu. Okay, well we know his moves, he's just Ryu. Okay, he's got a bit of a recovery period after that one. I heard the yard, I thought I was dead. And stopped attacking, that was not clever. Yeah, that's a slow. We shouldn't be answering on his head. Especially during... Oh, he hits us during the uppercut. Especially during the recovery. We shouldn't just bounce on his head. We had a good chance to hit him there. Ryu hard. Unsurprisingly, 13. A difficult enemy. Now, I don't know if he goes to an invincible phase like the other enemy does. Maybe we need to dodge the invincible phase on the other one. You know, maybe it becomes vincible after a period of time. And it was just in, like, you know, an invincible does a lot of awkward attacks to dodge phase, and then you can attack again. Now that I think about it, after fighting a different enemy. But he might also have the same, you know, extra phase where he becomes... He evolves into Ken, perhaps. Maybe he evolves into Ken. Okay, we can't unlock anything. We get some extra dogmas, sure, why not? I could fuse some basic ones, but I don't think I want to. Okay, extra healing when discovering rooms. And that does a lot more enemy damage, a lot more health, a lot more 10 damage, less healing. Higher prices, more damage, more enemy health. Extra enemy health, extra damage, far less healing. Higher prices, more trap damage. We're gonna go with that one. But we're saving up some seeds to fuse into strong ones. I wanna fuse extra ones. I know we will do the legendary at some point. But I want to see if we can maybe fuse legendary, which means we need 3 legendaries. We need 3 legendaries to maybe fuse a legendary to see if it becomes something special. The chances of that are quite slim, right? King of Darkness sandwich was the most ordered food during the cycle. 2,526. Really? Really? Cycles of years. In all lore. Okay. The village seems to have longer loading times, which is an issue. Probably needs optimizing the loading times on that one. I don't know why it struggles. I don't know why it struggles. Maybe it just really wants you to contemplate the King of Darkness sandwich. When I'm hungry. Again, you know, streaming early because of the weather to make sure to be able to stream in the cold. Come on, load up, please. Load, please. Let's start with swords. We want the upgrade, but we very rarely get the ingots. That allows for like a random starter sword or random starter side rather than the basic one. So we can start with a better weapon, you know, the more upgrades you get, the better in these sorts of games. But, you know, maybe I would unlock the pistol variants first before that. Bye. Just so we've got more weapon types. Okay, that's a golden chest. Which gives more chaos and more golds and things. I knew the enemy was there because we knocked him off. I wasn't slamming for nothing. Hi. Apparently we didn't bounce off of that one. That was some dumb damage. I debate that damage. Okay, I was pressing Y to try and throw my swords and see it wasn't working because it was still on cooldown. That's where I took damage there. Because I was like... I know we don't do additional damage from the throw, but I just really wanted to get the 2 extra hits in from the throw. And it was... the stupid thing to do, because the throw would have done the interrupt on him as well. It's fine, we'll get the health back. Copium. Okay, at least that's a shop that we can teleport to, because there's a thing in the bottom, which is probably another tree. So I want to go get the thing at the bottom, so that involves a lot of running backwards, unfortunately. It is a tree. Instantly consumed. Recover health, but you can hold. Or increases 5% max health. I mean, I might say for that one. It's not much extra. And it'll add up. Okay, I can't believe the swirly one got me, of all the things. Swirly guy. Okay. See, he doesn't have a set jump. He only jumps to where you are. Thankfully, he can't jump down through the floors. So, you know, we had to wait for that guy to finish his jump animation before we could get up there. Because otherwise he would have injured us. And we couldn't go to the side because he would have jumped off and injured us. I had a feeling you were... Wow, I recalled it too soon. I had a feeling you were going to turn around and try and attack me. We're not doing additional damage based on... We've taken a lot of damage. We're not getting heals for killing things. I have no taken one of these. They're free. 5% chance to kill an enemy in a single hit. That's good. Did I just blank and not pay attention to that room? What happened there? How did I miss that? Oh, that's huge. Obviously it won't trigger on a boss. Guess that would be overpowered. So this is fuck. But that could be handy on, especially in the next floor when everything is gonna, like, have a lot more damage. We might not notice it on this floor, but I'm sure it'll make a difference. Swords! I didn't want to throw you away. Okay, you saw that triggered and killed that guy in a single hit. Obviously, he had taken a few hits already, but eventually... Well, that one was the most worthless one because he was already dying. But you can see the big skull that's going, hey, these guys just got executed in a single hit. And died. That is making a difference. See, that guy just died in an actual single hit. And he was a big health ogre as well, so the one that we mostly want to die in a single hit. Have I missed the treasure chest? Because it's there. Okay. Because it's in a very awkward location. But we got it. Just a fruit, but we can hold on to it. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes there's way more trees. Sometimes there just isn't a tree, even though we've unlocked that there should always be a tree. 20% chance to additional blah blah blah. Upon death, enemies spread their status ailment. What would be interesting is if the enemies sometimes die in a single hit counts as a status ailment. Because then, you know, instantly death spreads to everything once it happens. I don't think it's likely to happen, but that would be interesting. We're just going to save our money for the next one. I'm not even going to look at the swords. Okay, that's a few too many enemies in a horrible location. I had to eat the fruit. And I didn't have to, but, you know, I kind of had to heal up that. Perfectly timed execute, as you can see. He was already going to die anyway. But it counts. It helps. 5% extra attack speed, or every 6 hits the next one's a crit, and it's already better. Or, you know, it's the same, so it's just better in that regard. Guaranteed crits. Great use of the axe. Great use of the throw. I'm sure you'll agree. Guaranteed crits is useful though. Right, that's it. You all come down here away from that goblin. And I can deal with you all better once you're separated. Sometimes I miss in the most ridiculous ways. Okay. I mean, we did use the heal fruit, but, you know, it's nice to be back up to pretty much full HP. Obviously, the heal fruit would be useful to have to hold for the boss, but... okay, none of those are good, so I'm not even going to bother. Have we finished the floor? There's a treasure chest that somehow I've missed. How did I miss that? It's not over there. Where are you hiding? Okay. Thankfully I didn't try to jump off from that, because that would have been embarrassing. Up here. With an enemy. That was not a very good chest, was it? That nothing, but was it worth it? Probably not. Probably not, especially considering it was a bit hidden. It was a bit more hidden. Okay, 15% extra chaos and 10% extra dogmas. I think that's adding up. We probably could have bought another fruit, but I think we need money for the shop. For the better weapon on this floor. Unless we just get the free one first. The free one is obviously better. I don't know if it's better, but, you know, it's better to find it first than, you know, having you spent your money and then go, oh, do I want this or this? When I've already spent my money on something that's probably worse. You'd think the shop should sell better ones because you have to pay for it, but not how it works. That is not how it works. It's just RNG as to what's better. I was mashing dodge, apparently not enough. Okay, here's where the execute pays off. Whilst enemies are... You had to sit in that horrible location where I can't get you, didn't you? Whilst enemies are a lot stronger, whilst we don't have the... And it's killing those exploding guys. Whilst we don't have the damage that we really need. Okay, I saw we did quite a few crits on that guy. Okay. That's a lot of you guys all together in places I can't quite jump to you. I was trying to move. We got stuck in an animation, he wouldn't jump. I guess the advantage of doing very little damage is there's more chance of the 5% instant death to proc, because we smack them a lot with many hits. But it's not. I'd rather just them die to the damage. Kill an enemy with the crit restores health. And there's a good chance of that happening. The status elements wouldn't be terrible. I'm sorry, but There's no treasure chest in there. What is the upside to me even attempting to go over there to kill you? I think nothing. So I shall not. Pardon me. Aha! Perfect. That's why I ran. I was like, sword shop, sword location. Every 7 hits, the next one's a crit. Or increases 15% attack speed when executing, it doubles the boost. I mean, that's a lot more damage. This one's a bit more. 5% chance to dodge melee attacks. That is rare. It sells for a lot. Not that we care about money. 5% chance to dodge melee attacks is pretty good. But it's just so much more damage. Just so much more damage. I can't take the less damage. We need to do the damage. There we go. Now things start dying in reasonable amount of hits again. And not hundreds. Oh. Food. Okay, and we're healing back up nicely. We're getting... We're at full HP. Perfect timing. You don't need the food. I like that we're underwater and you can see the koi carp in the background. Because you wouldn't guess from the other locations, or maybe it's... I can't believe that guy hit radius was that big. Maybe it's just like a giant fish tank, but it looks more like we're really, really deep under the sea in that specific room. That's what we've got. This one doesn't do any extra damage, but gives a really, really trash thing. What was crit enemies below 25% health? I think what we've got is better. Maybe it's just that one particular room is underwater, because this one definitely isn't. That was stupid. That was... Okay, I can't believe that guy had the radius. Okay, we just lost a lot of health for a really, really dumb reason. Okay. One window shows that we're under the sea and the other one shows a mountain in the background. These can't be the same. They conflict each other. Must be a portal to another dimension. For a gigantic fish. Because it can't be a fish tank either, because they're moving in such a way that it is not a fish tank. They're too big and there's too little room. And they move off the screen a bit. And there are multiple of them in there, so it's not a fish tank. This isn't a terrible one. I want the treasure chest. Okay, he didn't jump down when I told him to. I tried to do the teleport flag. Apparently it failed. It went too far and I didn't quick enough. But I was trying to make sure we didn't get hit by the things. So we've done we haven't done everything that way. There's another path. Yeah, that's totally how you get into that room. There's definitely a door there. It's looking too much at the map rather than the actual... Oh my god. Okay, that was a lot of dumb damage. I'm taking so much dumb damage. It's unbelievable. So much dumb damage. So much. Oh my god, we lost so much health. Okay, and we needed to go get that key, so it was something we had to do regardless. Okay, recover some health on here. And that's actually not a terrible amount of damage, to be fair. 10% of your curse damage to an enemy for each status ailment it suffers. Increases. Only the curse though, and the curse is not that much. 10 crit chance on enemies with status ailments, and it poisons them, and it's more damage. I mean, we've got to take the more damage, and you know, poisoning them isn't terrible, and it's extra crit chance when they have status ailments, which poison is a status ailment. I'm missing a key. I need to find them all if I want to. Yes. You hit me through the wall. You dirty mofo. Oh, that just went over your head, didn't it? Okay, we need some health. Because I've lost a lot in very stupid ways. That enemy is so slow at doing that attack. Yeah, we totally hit that. Very effectively. You know, taking this much damage to rush in for the food probably... Oh my god. Definitely not worth it. But the foods. Yes, that was foods. But getting injured that much is not good. Okay. We don't have room for these though. 5% chance to dodge melee attacks. It's not actually going to be that handy. I don't think Ryu does as many melee attacks as you would expect. Okay, we killed him before leaving the screen, thankfully, because leaving the screen heals him. Let's treasure. We're not getting heals from injuring them. Or killing them. So this is purely to try and... I haven't got the timing down on that guy. That's why he keeps hitting me. Purely to hope that we get some food out of an enemy. Swiping at his toe is very effective. It's an exploding guy. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's interesting. Was that coincidence, or is it because we hit them both with the same swipe and its logic is based on the swipe rather than like the hits on the enemy? So if one enemy gets hit with a death touch at the same time, they all take it. Increases the crit chance, burn enemies, or 30% more damage to poisoned enemies. Well, considering we are poisoning literally everything, this is a horrible situation. Considering we are poisoning everything. So that was 9,240. That's just 30% extra damage on our swords. Okay, I knew we would get the interrupt. So now we just need to find the money for that. No! I got baited. Chasing that guy. Can't believe it. Those explosion guys, they're pretty tough. Huh. They're pretty tough, huh? We didn't get to 15. 15 would have been nice, but... Okay, 1 completed arenas. We could have done that. And with that 30% extra damage, I know we have taken a lot of really, really stupid damage, but if we got to do 30% extra damage to Ryu and poisoning, I think we had a chance there. I think we had a chance, but I screwed up. Relic Rarity Seeds will take you to the strangest world. Relic. It's not legendary, it's relic. Right, so we need to combine the legendary ones into a relic level to take us to a strange world. Is that correct? I don't know. Increase your max health and consuming food. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna buy it. And obviously we've got no gold bars. We've only got 1 world seeds, but that is where I'm gonna call it a day for this. I can figure out how to exit the game.